What up? Got you. Welcome back to They Said. I don't know when I said welcome back. It's a new week. We're back. It's They Said. How you guys doing?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Good. Nice and awake now.
Kiki's back finally.
Where have I been?
Where have you been?
I did a show at the UCSD.
UDSCQ.
You can get those letters right.
Slightly, whatever.
And one day I didn't
Not
feel
schizophrenic.
good. I still don't feel good.
Oh, what'd you get? The crud?
No, I have to get my breast replaced.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you were sick.
No, I didn't say I was sick. I said I don't feel good. Scar tissue.
It's rough.
Oh, I know it's rough. They gotta recut it all and take it all out and put them back in.
Ooh.
Every 10 years.
Every 10 years?
I'm thinking about just leaving them on the counter.
Is that covered in the TRICARE?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Who knew? I didn't know
It's
that.
a necessary surgery.
Good to know.
That is good to know. Wow. Because you're classified as trans, did you have to be a classification for that?
No, I went in there and said it. They hurt and they did examine it like this. Oh, everything's built up. And they scheduled an appointment to replace it, take them out, and put them back in. Now, if I want brand new tits, they won't do it.
I want to get back to this because this is actually pretty interesting. What you're talking about. How have you been doing?
I'm so like
Good.
just into what
Good thing we found that story.
Yeah. My story's not more exciting than what Kiki's saying right now.
It's not exciting, it's scary.
It sounds
Well, it's
scary.
When are you doing the surgery?
Well, I have to schedule it because I'm too nervous right now because I went in for a regular breast exam.
Uh-huh.
And when they pushed down on it, I screamed. The first time I got it done, it didn't hurt.
Right.
But this time, and so they said, go to X-ray. Went to X-ray, and they showed me where all of the tissue had grown around the tit, so I can't move them like I used to. So that little trick I did, I can't move them like that.
You can't bounce them.
They move. They just feel like rocks right now.
Where back in San Antonio, I used to have a close-knit group of friends that had implants done at parties and not done by actual medical professionals and stuff like that. How do they deal with these issues? Do you know? Do you have any knowledge of that?
Well, they're doing it. They're juicing. What do they call it?
Back home, we call them silicone parties. So we had silicone parties.
We call them juice parties.
Juice parties now? Okay.
And so they were putting silicone directly into their body, which is dangerous.
Right.
I don't think they have that problem.
Yeah.
Silicone makes things slippery.
They probably have bigger problems
Yeah,
than that.
they have worse medical problems, especially when they have one of those people come in and does it and doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They're using peanut butter and silicone from Ace Hardware.
Rubber cement, I heard. One of them was that lady who just went to court, or her trial just started for rubber cement implants. Yes. Yes,
How do I
this
know
is
about
true.
this stuff? I don't follow.
There was, in the very early days when I started working at Lips, there was a girl named Kiwi, and she died from one of those injection parties, and everybody thought it was me. And they kept bringing flowers to Lips. I'm going, I'm still here. What the hell you mean? In sympathy. Shit, I'm
Just showing up and getting flowers like you died. What
Not
happened?
dead yet.
Did I get fired? Like, why is everyone giving me flowers?
And I said, that's
Wow.
Kiwi, not Kiki. It's with a W, not with another K.
So, how long will we till everything is fixed? Or did they give you a timeline?
Like recovery after the surgery, or
Fixed. Go in, it's done. They put it back, so everything's the same day, and be a week down.
Okay.
like just got to be at home for a week?
No,
or?
I just can't be doing crazy shit. Like
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I won't be working.
You're not bed rest or anything.
No.
Okay.
No, and you do some wild shows down there at Lips. So, well, I'm sure everyone out there is going to be waiting for you to come back out there. And you're still doing bingo on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays, yes.
Oh, wow. Speaking of those parties, though, anyone have any Super Bowl parties this weekend at all?
I went to one.
You went to one?
Yeah, family, friends, and stuff. We do the same group of people every year. It just gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people there this year. I had fun. I bet on the Seahawks, so it was a good time. My dad was wearing a Bronco jersey, like a traitor.
Really?
But yeah, it was a good time.
Who won?
Seahawks
The
by
blue
like
team.
A
a lot.
lot.
The blue
It was
team
like
won.
the
Yeah.
second worst like defeat in the Super Bowl ever. Like they almost, if they would have shut them out, I would have been so happy. That would have been hilarious.
Wasn't the only one worse than that? Almost worse than that was the Chargers 49ers?
No, it was the 49ers Broncos.
Oh, so it was also
Because the
Broncos.
49ers Broncos, the score was like 55-10.
What year was that?
That was with Joe Montana, so it was early 90s.
I think I remember that's when Men on Living Color made fun of it, the halftime show. And I remember it was the Broncos, but I didn't remember it was 49ers. Wow.
Did everyone like the halftime show?
I love the halftime
Yeah, I
show.
do
What do you
too.
think?
I love Bruno Mars.
I thought it was.
I didn't watch
Done well.
that show.
No, at all. You didn't catch up on any of the
I'm
like
going
snippets.
to watch the commercials,
Yeah,
and that's it. You can catch them on YouTube.
The halftime show was good.
it was good.
I mean, he didn't do like super slow songs or anything like that. Like, it was good. And then, I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers could have been out there for longer, but I like the way they did it. Like,
It was Bruno Mars?
yeah, it was Bruno
Bruno
Mars
Mars.
and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Mars or Mars?
Mars.
It was funny because there was bets in Vegas about whether or not Bruno Mars would be wearing a hat,
Oh.
and then whether or not any of the Red Hot Chili Peppers would be shirtless.
Really?
Which is like, it was funny, we're talking about that, I'm like, what if you're their friends? Like, there's no way that's like insider trading. Like, hey, you gonna wear a shirt? Like, no, I'm probably gonna go shirtless. Cool. $5,000. Like, right? Like, if you knew them and like that was happening, like, you totally do that. Like,
It was total.
Well, it was too damn cold, wasn't it?
Actually,
I
it wasn't
think it
that
was
cold at all.
There
It,
was-
it just happened today, actually.
It was-
Well, they said
when
the Super Bowl,
happening.
it didn't snow, and it's
no, it was
the
like,
day after the Super
it was like, in like 50 something like
Yeah.
that. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be much when they first like planned on the Super Bowl like a couple months ago. Like, the forecasted it was supposed to be like 20 degrees and snowing.
People
like,
were fainting in the train stations, I heard, from the heat because there's so many people. They're stuck in security lines trying to get through. So they said people began to faint. And so it was a little bit warm. I had to work, so we had a private party at the restaurant. And so I got to watch the halftime performance, and I got to see a few of the commercials. And you could tell it was kind of weird watching some of the Facebook comments popping up. I guess because everyone has gotten so used to the previous 3 shows, which have a lot of hype with them. You know, Madonna, Beyonce, and this I think was a little more subdued. But you know, it's Bruno Mars, and he's got a natural talent. I mean, at least he can sing.
It was a good performance. Like, that's the thing when you watch like a concert on TV or something like that. Like, most people can't sing to the same quality that it is on the record that
Right.
live. He was really close. I wouldn't say it was still perfect, but
Right.
like it was good. It was good enough that you're watching it and you're like, I mean, this was good. Like, I
And he's
like it.
performing the show. He's like
Yeah.
dancing and
Yeah, he was dancing. All the band was dancing. It
You
was
watch
really cool.
football?
I watched the halftime show.
Oh, halftime.
and the hair. He had pretty cool hair. I have to admit.
He had his pompadour
Yeah.
up there.
What is he? He's part Filipino, part Puerto Rican.
I have no idea actually.
No,
I know. I think those 2 of the nationalities that he has, or ethnicities that he has within him, and pretty good. That album that he was pretty much promoting on the stage was what, 3 years old now? I believe it
The
was
unorthodox jukebox or whatever it is.
Jukebox, that one. I was surprised when I was reading on his bio a
I
couple
don't
years
think it's
back.
3 years old. I don't think it's that old.
He's had a lot of personal issues before he hit it big, and he's actually in recovery of some sort. That he had a pretty bad drug problem in his past before he broke out big as Bruno Mars. And I mean, he brought it. He did it. He did his show, and I'm glad he's gotten a lot of things cleaned up. He represents his community well. I really enjoyed that performance.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah,
It was
YouTube
good. I mean, it
nice.
wasn't super long. Like, I feel like there's been halftime performances that have been too long before.
Yeah.
That you stop watching because you're like, I'm over the same person doing the same stuff. Like, but, and also like when they add, because they always add on people, you know, like it's a halftime performer, they add on other people. Like, what was it last year? They added on like MIA and like someone else. It was like the add-ons weren't like another intrigue. Like adding on Red Hot Chili Peppers gets you a whole different demographic. They're like, cool, like down to see Red Hot Chili Peppers too. Like,
and that was his choice. That's what he wanted.
yeah, they performed well together. Like it was awesome. It was good.
I like this. So what do you think of the commercials? What were the commercials that struck that you remembered that you liked?
I like the Anheuser-Busch, the Puppy and Clydesdale
Puppy
one.
and Clydesdale, that was cute.
That one was awesome.
That was
And then the Bud Light, Whatever Happens Next or whatever it was called. That one was good.
What'd you think of that one?
We just saw that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a great commercial. I liked it.
It was cool the way they did it too, because I mean, if you like, a couple weeks before, they started doing little teaser commercials.
Yeah.
So there's a teaser commercial of just Arnold Schwarzenegger there with like a ping pong paddle,
You're like, what the hell is he doing?
and he's like, "Are you ready for whatever happens next?"
Right.
Like, and it was just confusing.
What?
You didn't know it was gonna happen. I did not expect the commercial to go where it was. I thought it was
So
Yeah,
for
by
the
ping pong.
for the next 3 months, I'll watch commercials instead of fast forwarding.
yeah.
Well, yeah, they get really good. I thought. What was your
the
favorite?
Dorito? How was the Dorito one?
I didn't see the Dorito one. That one I missed. I think.
They have that
Is
competition.
that the one in the time machine?
The competition one was the time.
The time machine? Okay, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
It's working.
a little low budget,
The
but it
kids
was, it was
shit.
kind of fun.
It's because it's a homemade commercial.
Oh,
That was a homemade commercial that won a contest
Okay.
to be
They
on
have
the
a
Super Bowl.
contest with
He won $1 million and got to have his commercial aired during the Super Bowl.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I like that the Radio Shack one with the 80s calls.
The
They want
yeah,
this
yeah,
throwback. And then the first thing you see is like a little tiny Mary Lou Retton. She's like scary because she almost hasn't changed at all. Like she took some of that serum or something because
Yeah, all the 80s
she
stuff.
should have
Like,
done some kind of backflips or something. Not backflips.
I just have to buy black. Okay.
there was another good one. I can't. Oh, I liked the. It was like either T-Mobile or AT&T one with Tim Tebow. It was like no contracts or something. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
He was like,
It's
no
like-
contract.
yeah.
That didn't
Oh.
stop me from doing this. And he
Yeah.
just did like a bunch of different
Yeah.
like. He was like a stunt driver and like apparently there's like an extended version where he's like delivering a baby.
So what about the ad that caused the biggest controversy of all over Super Bowl, the Coca-Cola
Yeah,
ad?
it was the Coke one over the.
It was an
That
aw-
commercial was
It's
phenomenal.
an awesome
It was
commercial. It was
great.
genius. Like
Yeah, it was.
you don't even like it starts off. You don't even realize that it's switching languages.
Right.
Like because you know the song and the tune, you're just like going with it. And all of a sudden you're like, wait, this is in Spanish now. Like oh, the whole thing's in Spanish. Like no, it's not. This isn't Spanish anymore. Like it was really good.
Well, I don't know how people got offended at that when the United States is built upon all those races that were
Right.
in that song, that sang the song in their
No,
native
Kiki.
language.
We are in America. You have to speak English.
America.
Oh, please.
America.
Then that means people should not be putting Braille at the ATM machine.
Or watching Duck Dynasty, but
That.
I mean that with that argument like that is American. It was Duck Dynasty.
Right.
That's all we should be watching.
Yeah.
right. Well, there's so many levels to the controversy because the first part of it is you know Coke, you got to love them or hate them because on the one hand there's that whole controversy with their sponsorship of the Sochi games over in Russia and they're really bad LGBT human rights violations that they have. And then there was that recent controversy where you could make your own bottle with Coke, and you could, for some reason, they banned the word gay or LGBT or lesbian, so you couldn't put it on
They
your Coke
banned
can.
it so you couldn't do it in a bad way though
Right.
too.
That- I think
There was
that's very
like
smart.
fuck and shit and all that stuff. There's other words that are banned. That's people in my opinion reading too much into it because there's more people who would be like get one that says like F the gays or something like that and like
Right.
white supremacists are cheersing with those. You don't want that to happen. You know,
Right.
like there's probably a bunch of words that were banned from that. Also with the Olympics. Coca-Cola is sponsor of every Olympics. Always has been. Like they sponsor. It doesn't matter where it is. They're sponsoring it. Coca-Cola, and McDonald's are always going to sponsor the Olympics because that's like. It's just so much advertising from it. Like from a business standpoint, there's no reason for them not to because even though like yes I agree like all the stuff with Russia and everything like that, but it's still like the Olympics are different than the country. You know what I mean? Like granted it says Sochi like on the Olympics, but it's when you say you're watching the Olympics, you're like I'm watching the Russian. You don't say I'm watching the Russian Olympics. You say I'm watching the Winter Olympics. You're watching for your country, supporting your people, and Coca-Cola is just putting on advertisement during it. I mean, they're not taking that money and giving it to Russia. The money that they're paying for the advertisement goes to the Olympics, not to Russia.
The athletes are going to be there anyways. You're going to
Yeah.
support them while they have to be there.
Okay. Well, you know, those are kind of the same kind of arguments that were made towards sponsors when the Nazis did the same thing with the 1936 Olympics, and those same reasons and arguments were used at that time to not stand up or condemn Germany at that time for their treatment of the Jews. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I understand the logistics of trying to change or getting them to change their stance when it comes to something like the Olympics. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what's right and what's wrong. And I mean, at least for me, I really don't have a dog in this battle, really, at this moment. I am seeing at the fact that they made this commercial for the Super Bowl, now that we're talking again, it kind of balances out a little bit in my head. But
I mean, it's a fantastic commercial, and I mean, Coca-Cola isn't a bad company,
Right.
But I mean, with something like the Olympics, like I bet if you asked like people up in Coca-Cola, they're not supporting like all those other like all the Russian things, but they're a business. They're one of the biggest businesses in the world, and that's a huge contract to be able to advertise all the time, and the whole world's watching. It's like the Olympics is once every 4 years, World Cup's once every 4 years, Super Bowl's once every year. Those certain things are the best advertising things in the world. Like, it's how you make the most money.
And there's just so much more to this, at least a little bit more to the Coca-Cola controversy and their Super Bowl commercial. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll finish up that topic when we come right back. So we're having a Coke and a smile, and actually I'm having red wine, white wine, and
I left
Red Bull.
my empty Coke box in my car because I drink the hell out of Coke.
Do you? I used to drink soda. It's not
5
anymore.
or 6 cans a day.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
wow. I used to be addicted to Diet Coke, but
I'm not addicted to it. I just drink it.
I was. I had to break that out. But
Like cherry and vanilla Coke.
ooh, that was
Vanilla
so,
Coke is awesome. You can't find it anywhere anymore.
That was my 20s, drinking that stuff.
Now I'm on to the cranberry Sprite.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
That's what my parents drink. They
Champagne.
mix that with vodka.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
As long as it's after 12.
You're drunk.
So what did you? So the second part of that Coca-Cola ad was that there was some controversy on Twitter, on the Twitterverse, where people were really getting angry about it because the song turns into foreign languages or other than English, going over the lyrics, and then the depiction of brown people and
The black people. You want to say brown people? You're brown. Black people.
we're all brown, and
The gay couple.
the gay couple with the child in the skating rink.
And the only thing I saw was a gay couple. And I said, they're pissed off over that little bitty shit. And I never even thought about the language. And I'm going, they got pissed off because the 2 gay guys in the ice skating rink, and he's trying to help him balance. What the hell kind of shit is this? This world hasn't gone anywhere, has it?
Ugh, it makes you think that way sometimes with those. What are you gonna say?
I mean, that's the stuff that comes out. Like, I mean, it's when it's an event like this where like almost the whole United States is watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, and even the ones who don't watch the commercials later on or the halftime show later on, like, and everyone knows what happened in the game at one point. Like, but it's just like you get everyone's attention on one thing, and so it's not like the other times like where those commercials might get shown that you don't maybe see as many like people with like those prejudice.
Right.
Like when they show other like gay and lesbian things in commercials or stuff like that. But then this is the time where you have all those like people who are that prejudiced still watching, and they're all going to voice their opinion at that point. I still think it's obviously ridiculous for any reason. It's ridiculous being mad about that commercial. That commercial is fantastic.
And they're all getting mad because they're saying that it's about the national anthem.
It's not the national anthem.
And it's not the national anthem. It should be the national anthem, in my opinion. I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think about America the Beautiful as being the actual national anthem?
Our national anthem should be America Fuck Yeah from Team America.
I should have hit you.
Oh shit! I would love that.
Could you imagine like winning an Olympic medal and like
America? Do it. America, fuck yeah!
I would die laughing if that was our actual national
When you have to have a national anthem, you have to bleep because of
no.
the television. No.
And whereas everyone else, the national anthem, like they stand there and they're like, they're like sitting there listening to it and like nearly crying. Like the American guy just be like,
because ours is actually patterned after a drinking song from from Britain, and then retooled by a poem from Francis Scott Key. So, I think America the Beautiful is actually a better lyrically wise.
In reality, I think our national anthem is it's one of the worst national anthems, just because the other ones are much more musical. I feel like it's really not like a song, but like when you watch like things like the Olympics and you see the other ones played, and you're just like, God, like, just sounds beautiful. Like ours just sounds so plain. Maybe it's because we've just heard, like I've heard it my whole life.
Yeah, maybe you're bored of it.
And that's why. But like the other ones, like some of them are like, I even like Canada's national anthem.
Who? Oh, Canada's?
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
What is it? He came and sing Canadian. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know. What do you think is a better choice for the national anthem? America the Beautiful or the Star Spangled Banner? And hashtag America is beautiful. And let us know what you think on that.
You're gonna get all the codes.
Here come all the people.
Well, the racial part was actually interesting, and it wasn't the only ad in the Super Bowl yesterday that apparently hit some racial undertones. Cheerios. Yeah. So what do you think of the Cheerios commercial?
I don't understand.
Because they don't sell white Cheerios anymore.
I think people have nothing else to do but
Exactly.
complain.
You know, they're making up a controversy.
Shit, because every day I walk down the street, I see an interracial couple, have it be an Asian and a white man, Asian and black man, a black man and white. I don't give a shit. Long as you fucking happy, leave them the fuck alone.
Ooh.
I expect
leave them the fuck alone.
When there's like something for like the like gay and lesbian community, like you expect the people who are just like ridiculous about that, because that's still going on all the time. I feel like to come out and like they're obviously going to voice their negative opinions. Like it blows my mind that like this is an issue.
Right.
Like, off
I
of
mean,
it. Like,
it wasn't even legal to the 1960s.
Yeah.
That's where I go. It's 2014 and we're still there.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any damn sense.
How is anyone still there that you're like, that you're ever upset about an interracial couple? Like,
it's the 3 or 4 viewers that still watch Duck Dynasty, just going out there putting all the crap out.
I've never watched that shit.
What did they do, Courtney? What did you say they did that the Cheerios had to do?
I went to the website because as soon as I saw it, I went to the Cheerios Facebook and liked the page, and I commented how adorable I thought the commercial was, and curiosity gets the best of me, and I started scrolling through the fucking comments.
Don't you hate people? I mean, I love doing it, but I hate doing it.
I never do that. Because
I never want to look.
That's when you get pissed off.
Yeah.
And this guy, he was just like, I wish I remember the word he used, but he was like, oh, well, that white woman just messed up her genetics for the rest of, for her life, and like her future and her bloodline and all this stuff. And he kept going and going.
I want someone to show me one pure white person on this planet. I want to see that one.
The only reason, ooh, that was weird. The only reason you could ever be like mad about an interracial couple is the fact that their baby is cuter than yours.
Isn't that Gwyneth Paltrow though?
What?
The one pure white woman.
Just because she's white doesn't mean she's pure white.
I think
she got something mixed up in her.
Have you seen her dance? But
that doesn't mean anything either, because that's black people who can't dance.
Ooh, can you?
I can dance. I mean, come on, and stilettos.
Ooh, we should have a.
No, we should not.
They said you're dancing.
They said dance off.
Well, I honestly saw that commercial and I didn't even. It didn't even faze me.
When you posted that today, I saw it today, and I went and looked at it. It's like this. Oh, they're talking about that little segment. Well, the Cheerios.
Right.
I was like this. Oh my God, that girl is so cute.
Yeah.
She's beautiful as hell, and they're sitting there talking, having a nice conversation, and they blinked the white lady that quick, went to them, and then you never saw her again.
Like
You see her 2 times.
you guys showed
Right?
it, so
But it was that
You
quick.
see her in the very, like in the middle of the conversation, and at the very end, after the dad says that he'll let the little girl have the puppy, the mom goes, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you see her twice.
So
You're like, is that the au
I don't
pair?
understand them.
So maybe it's just because like I think it's normal. Like my parents are an interracial couple. It is not like anything that's even like strange to
What
me.
are
So
you
like,
interracial with?
my dad's 100% Mexican.
Oh, I would never know.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not racist.
See? But it's like I watched it. You guys showed it to me because you said there's like a controversy with it, and you played it. it ended, and I'm like,
And you were like, what?
What's
is
the
it because
deal?
there was like 5 Cheerios instead of 6? Is that
I
like
didn't
the
think
issue
of
that's going
That
on?
little girl manipulated that dad. Her a puppy.
I was like, is it an anti-puppy thing? Like PETA mad about it? Like,
After that little girl got a puppy, the black part manipulated the white.
I thought, you know, honestly, when I first saw the commercial, I thought it was that little black girl from X Factor like 2 years ago, and I'm like, she stayed small. I didn't realize that it was totally.
I thought
Remember that
it.
scene?
I thought it was Rue from.
No, but she's
Hunger
very
Games.
cute. She's very adorable.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, because I thought that first, because you see the hair.
The hair,
That's exactly
yeah.
what you saw was just the hair.
I thought it was a little X.
Well, and this is the
I keep
second.
wanting to say X Tubes.
This
Sorry,
is the
I
second
mean
one.
X
Do
Factor.
you guys remember
Right,
the first one?
part
Where she
one.
went and poured the Cheerios on
Yeah,
the chest?
Cheerios, yeah.
And that one was
Huh?
even more like surprising.
Yeah,
This is
the first
second
one.
version of this like commercial. They had another one like a year ago,
She poured Cheerios on
where
her
she was
belly.
asking the mom, like, it says
Is
that
Cheerios
Cheerios is heart
good for the
healthy.
heart?
She goes, well,
Yeah.
it's good for your heart. And then she
Oh,
runs off, and
that's
you're
right.
like, what?
And
And
Dad
then
wakes
all of a sudden, surprise, the dad's black, and like, hello, the little girl's talking to the
Well, you knew
mom.
you knew that was going to be some other color than white.
Yeah.
but-
Unless they adopted the bitch. Come
You
on.
never know.
It's
So-
just, to me, that was a basic idiot people.
Yeah.
Ignorance. That's ignorance.
And
Right.
the only reason that I like went is because I was excited for it, because I was like, yes, more commercials for my future kids to identify with.
It never fazed me one bit. I really didn't even know. I didn't even notice that she was biracial. Actually,
No, like that's the thing. Is it doesn't even
Like,
like
it didn't.
I don't ever think about anything like that.
When you
Like,
sent me the post about the Coca-Cola commercial, and then when I was reading it on Facebook today, that's the only reason I knew about the two different things, because I saw that you posted the one about the Coca-Cola, and I was like this. Just because there's two gay people that quick, come on.
I know.
And then here we go to the Cheerios. I'm going, what the hell's the problem again? Because there's a white lady and a black man.
I saw the Coca-Cola commercial. I didn't even realize there was 2 gay people in the commercial. Like I was just like, this song is beautiful. Like I wasn't even paying attention to the image. I can't even
I
remember
watched
one
it 5
picture.
times before I realized there was a gay person.
Yeah.
And I kept going, what are they mad about? What are they mad about? And I'm listening to the lyrics. What are they mad about? And my boyfriend comes in, he goes, maybe they're mad about the 2 gay people. They're that quick. And then they finish with them. He's almost falling, going, oh. So that's what I mentioned to you when I got in here.
So they're mad about.
They're
like,
mad
the
about the gay
cheese.
people? You said, no, they're mad about every damn thing. I'm like, well,
Every
shit, that was
2 seconds
messed
of it.
up.
I think it would have been better if they put Mitch and Cam there though instead. Cameos in the Coca-Cola commercial. It's the gay dads.
From
That'd
Modern
been cute.
Family?
Yeah, that would have been really cute. But
They cost a lot of money.
They're white. They're white.
they are. Now that's
yes, they are white. They're both white.
I just want
One's
how
without a
people get
soul.
pissed off at Modern Family because they have the little Asian girl with the 2 white men.
right.
Nobody.
I know it was so 90s.
Is
though.
when you put something.
Yeah, Modern
black
Family
next to-
has a biracial couple
Yes.
and a gay couple.
Yes.
Wow.
With
Well,
the
when you
Asian
put some
baby.
black into it, everybody gets
What?
pissed
With the
off.
Asian baby.
And the Asian baby.
So, are there any other commercials? Anyone remember? I think that was pretty much.
I won't know until-
I did like, I think it was the Jaguar commercial with the like, it was like, why did Brits make the
Oh, with like
with-
Ben Kingsley
yeah,
and
Tom Hiddleston.
oh.
They still made
that like those guys are all
He's
awesome.
still
That
my
was so
heart.
great.
Who was the? There was a third guy in
Yeah,
it
I
too.
don't know who-
Oh, it's the other, he's another bad guy in movies. I can't-
Oh yes, that's why he's in the commercial.
Yeah, they're all British bad guys.
British bad guys.
Bad guys. Well,
There was definitely some good commercials. Apparently, I haven't looked it up yet, but my buddy told me he worked on a commercial, and I think it was for like CarMax, where they aired a commercial during the Super Bowl. It's a normal commercial, but then they filmed the exact same thing and removed all the actors and put puppies in it and aired that during the Puppy Bowl. And I have not seen that yet, so I still need to go look that
During
up.
the puppy bowl.
So
Yeah,
I don't-
puppy
what the
bowl.
hell's a puppy bowl?
that's right. I don't even know what the hell the puppy
Okay.
bowl
Oh
is.
my God.
Okay, the Puppy Bowl
It sounds good.
It's like-
but
it's like really cute for like a minute, and then it's just like a camera on a bunch of puppies
Puppies
running
playing.
around.
They're
like,
playing on a field.
so they're not playing even like
They're
so.
not, well, they're playing with each
So,
other.
so there's like this little.
They're not playing football.
Are they
Yeah.
playing football? or
So
something?
there's this little
Soccer?
fake indoor football field.
Yeah.
And they open this thing, and there's like a ramp, and like all these puppies come running in, and they're just like running around in there.
Like
but there's
golden
also
retrievers,
there's
or-
like just all kinds
All
of puppies,
kinds.
but there's
Is
like
there a winner?
there's a fake.
Is there an MVP?
So there's like a ball that's a toy, and if one of them happens to like grab it and like go into the end zone, they call it a touchdown.
oh my gosh.
They don't reset
That
it or
sounds so
anything.
damn cute.
It's but then they show like a puppy and they're like like someone will walk in and be like, buddy, and it like goes to like his stats is like a picture of him and it's like little things about him like
ridiculous.
It's really adorable, but it's really only like 5-10 minutes of like footage that they just like replay on Animal Planet like the entire time the football.
I was on
game's
Animal
on.
Planet. Not as an animal. I'm gonna punch you in your throat.
My uvula.
One of those Japanese chin shoes. What are them things called? Chin. Japanese chin shoe. It's like a Pomeranian with the long hair.
Oh, I just saw a picture.
A Shih
of
Tzu?
that.
Shih Tzu, yeah. Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu?
We did a fashion show with them to get them adopted. And so I had a pink dog, so I wore a pink outfit, and then a dog walked down, and it was to get them adopted.
That's awesome. Do they all get adopted?
Yes, especially mine.
Oh, I want a
I
puppy.
touched that puppy. And they sprayed them with this pet safe paint.
Oh, yeah.
They made one look like a lion. Mine was just pink and black. I wore a pink dress and I'm black, so it
You
made
wearing
it.
pink right now too.
Yeah, pink and black right now too.
That looks pink under the lights.
It looks pink, but
What?
it's
How
orange.
pink is it?
What are you doing? Right? My mother's gonna whoop your ass, Mom. Yes. Him trying to see a Hershey kiss. They're swollen right now. So
Oh my gosh! Well.
wow. We're on camera.
Other big news. What do y'all think about what happened with
It's pretty good.
What's his name?
Philip Seymour Hoffman?
No.
What do you think about
That's
that?
very sad because now it's just drawing a lot of attention to drug users and actors.
The Capitol.
And so, but
And what?
he said the Capitol.
That's at the Capitol.
Let's
Did
talk
it?
about Hunger Games.
Oh.
That was like a bunch of people posted and like as soon as I saw he died, I thought it was the.
pictures of this.
I thought it was the Capitol. I mean that sucks. Like he's a
Oh my
great actor.
Yeah.
But it's funny because everybody's talking about actors doing drugs
Yeah.
when the rest of the world is doing them also. It makes no sense that everybody's going, oh, the actors there. Well, no. Look in your backyard. Somebody's
Yeah.
back there doing something.
Yeah. Well, I think we all have a little bit invested in him, though. A little bit. in
I
some
understood, but I'm
sense.
saying when you focus on him because he was an actor and you know him.
Yeah.
What if he wasn't an actor? You would know what the fuck was going on in his life. You
Right.
wouldn't know anything about the drug usage he had.
Right.
And there's people dying like that every day on the street.
So, do you? What were y'all's favorite movies of him? What do y'all remember? or what did
Capote's
you
like
the
one of my
most?
favorite movies
Capote.
ever.
Capote was really
Honestly,
yeah.
I love him in Along Came Polly.
Okay.
It's like one of his few comedic roles. Do you remember that? Like, he's like he's shooting a basketball terribly, and he screams like raindrop every time he does it. Raindrop, and like throws it against someone. Like, but Almost Famous is one of my favorite roles.
Yes.
famous.
Yes.
Wow. Do you have a favorite movie? Or you
No.
didn't follow him too much? No.
I don't know. When people come up on television or on movies, I don't know their names.
No.
I try to remember the people I see real life.
Well, the first.
Flawless.
I guess that was a movie. I don't remember that one. Flawless? Does anyone know that one? I don't. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to Netflix that if it's there or cue it somehow. I remember him.
Look at all of us lost.
I know. The first time I saw him though was Boogie Nights, and I remember kind of having a slight affinity for the character at least because sometimes I felt that way.
Boogie Nights?
Yeah, growing up in the late '80s, early '90s, still when being
Oh,
gay,
yeah, he was there, yeah.
when you had to be in the closet, still kind of, and he was his attraction towards Wahlberg's character. And when did he try to plant a kiss on him? And Wahlberg was just like, "What are you doing?" And he goes to the car and he starts crying. I remember that scene just like struck me because it just made me feel like this is how gay people must have really felt really bad in the 70s and 80s when they were in that straight world kind of thing. At the
We're
same
in
time,
that
it was
straight world kind of thing
I know,
right
but then
now.
there was all those scenes where everyone was fucking by the pool. It was like, oh, that was interesting. No one does that anymore unless they're in Palm Springs. But that was one of my favorites. Capote. That was
It's like one of my favorite movies.
that had a very interesting twist at the end that I didn't expect. And
He was great in the Hunger Games.
What's his name again?
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's too many
And-
damn
but-
names.
we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and discuss a little bit more about Philip Seymour Hoffman and the addiction question that came up about, that caught me off guard a little bit too. So we'll be right back. So we're back, and we're still talking a little bit about our favorite movies from Philip Seymour Hoffman, and also the fact that when his body was found, it was found apparently with 40 packs or envelopes of heroin. So it appears to be a drug overdose of.
No one would leave a needle in her arm, because you start twitching.
They left a needle in his arm? Someone left?
They
That's
said
what
the
they
needle
said
was in
that
his
they
arm.
found him with the needle.
Really?
In his
That means
That's why they're looking for the drug
I cannot
dealer.
believe that, because there had to be someone else in there, because you wouldn't die with a needle in your damn arm.
Wow, that didn't even go 24 hours before the whole conspiracy thing started here. Wow.
Well, I mean, they're always.
Well, that's just my personal opinion, because I know when you overdose, you do twitch. I've never overdosed, so stop thinking about
I'm
it.
just trying to think. I have been around a couple of overdose
And they
situations,
twitched?
and I'm thinking they did twitch.
I was at Magic Mountain.
I mean, I thought it
One
was
of my
funny.
friends overdosed, and then
Holy
we
shit.
forgot her medication.
Oh.
Carrying him into the car.
Yeah. So.
But I'm just saying, to me, that just sounded kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was sneaky, and I thought kind of the needle still in his arm.
Mm-hmm.
People who get that high cannot stick a needle in their damn arm
Mm.
for an overdose. They can't keep going and going and going because they're fucked up.
Well, I didn't even know if I believed it. I don't know who said it, who the source was. I feel like everything.
They said the cops that went in.
Did they say
Yeah.
that?
I mean, it was released that the cops are looking for the drug dealer.
Yeah, I saw that.
But other than that,
Well, that might have meant they were in there with them, and he was going into that, stick the needle back in his arm.
yeah. I
Instead of
mean,
getting him help.
if he was that bad, maybe there might have been someone in there who did help him out, like who enabled him, who put the needle in him.
So I saw a
It
few.
may not be a murder. It could just be.
I saw a few interactions on Facebook though, where the topic of addiction came up, and I noticed that some people I noticed that a lot of my friends happen to have a position of addiction being. I'm really generalizing when they say it's a choice, and where I saw another group of friends who really felt that addiction really wasn't a
You got
choice.
some weird ass friends.
It was more of a chemical thing, a cancer of some sort.
I think it's a chemical.
There's both. There's mental addiction and there's physical addiction. There are certain things like heroin or cigarettes or alcohol that does make a physical addiction, like your body needs it and you go into remissions, things like that. Then there's things like marijuana, and people say that like, I can't eat unless I smoke pot. Well, yes, you can. There's nothing that's stopping you from doing that. Like, thinking that you're addicted to marijuana is literally not possible. You're just mentally addicted to the fact that you're used to doing it. Mm-hmm. But there are definitely physical addictions that you cannot, like, if you get addicted to it, like your body's always going to be trying to have you do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm addicted to masturbation.
Okay. Well, that's actually a real
Is that
thing.
Physical
So,
or a mental?
I have to use physical. I'm just kidding. I didn't get no message.
okay, because that's a real thing. Usually it's associated with porn, but porn addiction. But
Can you be addicted
Did you ever see
to
the movie?
porn?
Do you ever see the movie Don John?
I have not seen that yet. I haven't
you seen
seen
it?
Second time in 2 days somebody's asked me that. I haven't seen it.
What is it called?
He's addicted to porn. It's actually.
How
like,
can you be addicted to watching a
I mean,
movie?
it's another
How can you
mental
be-
addiction that
how
you
can you
just,
be
like,
addicted to
that you
anything?
think you have to do it, like, but unless it's a physical, like something in your body, like a drug or something like that's making you be addicted to. Otherwise, it's just you convincing
want
yourself that you want to, and then you're just so used to it. It's compulsive for you to like keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Like sex addiction.
There's sex addiction?
I don't think there is. I think
No?
there's a choice that you choose to do every damn day. Now, I can say cigarettes addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I can say you get addicted to certain drugs because it's chemically doing something to you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're watching television, I don't know what the hell is
But-
going on. You get chemically.
But in those cases, I understand that there can be some kind of rewiring of the brain from watching porn and things like that after a while because
What
it
about
becomes so attuned to it.
you know, the
stimulation from
like after you have an orgasm, like that. You know,
oh yeah, the euphoria that you supposedly get afterwards.
I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
Right.
But yeah, like maybe you're
The
doing
endorphins are released,
Right.
and
That makes sense.
But there's other ways you can get it too.
right.
An endorphin release. other
Paper
than-
bags.
And this is where I kind of this is where I kind of like walk the line a little bit, because I saw some people arguing in what seemed to be a judgmental way, even though I know they're not really trying to be judgmental, making those cases that you're kind of alluding to, some of those things seem to be a choice. But I also kind of take it with a grain of salt with the fact that just because I don't experience it personally, or personally really, doesn't mean it doesn't exist for someone else
When Dr. Phil
in that
said
sense.
there
Well,
was no sex
Dr. Phil's not
addiction,
really a real doctor, so
I don't care. I listen to that white man. That white man
But-
knows some shit.
I have my own problem with. I have my own demons, and we brought it up on previous episodes before, where I have.
Like to play with asses with penises attached to them.
I have done things in my life where the minute I did it, it was like a 2 or 3 year journey that was bad. And
What was it?
it was just bad enough to where it took me 2 or 3 years to get myself fixed.
So all we get is a snake. We don't even know what it is.
But here's the thing though, for me, I didn't go to meetings, and I'm not saying that that was wrong or right. I'm just saying for me, I didn't have to go to meetings. I didn't go to meetings. I didn't go to a doctor to get these things fixed. It just happened that one day I woke up and got scared by what I saw, and I stopped.
I mean, there are people who are more strong-willed and strong-minded who can do it on their own, even for something like cigarettes. There's people who can just, you know what, I'm quitting, and cold turkey, they quit and they're done. Like, obviously they have like things where they like, get angry and like they crave it and stuff like that, but they don't go back because they're able to just do it on their own. There are other people who need the gum or the patch, or
I got hypnotized 3 times.
you get hypnotized. I've heard that actually works.
It works on some levels, yeah.
It didn't work on me.
But this is,
I say, oh, I can just have one. After 6 months of no smoking, I
And-
can have just one.
right, and that nicotine's really tough. It's tough for Trent. My thing with the whole addiction thing about it, and I get kind of scared with the word willpower that you bring up, because I understand what you're saying, because it kind of makes sense for me. But if I bring my dad into the equation, my dad was a lifelong addict. He was an alcoholic. He could not stop for anything. And I remember there would be nights where we would be on the phone, me and my sister would be on the phone, actually crying, saying, please stop. You don't love us if you're doing this. And now I know as an adult that probably wasn't it's probably the best thing a kid could say at the time. But my dad died because of his addiction, and he just could not stop. And we all knew that the end was coming. We all knew that that was going to happen. And no matter how much everyone begged, and no matter how much he pleaded to change his own life, he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. So I kind of get a little weird when I see people making those judgment calls on everyone else, because
It's not a judgment call. It's what I feel in my heart.
I'm not talking about you, right?
I was one person that said it, and I was like, and I say, see, something that I used to do all the time. I'm like, oh, I have an addiction, and I was like, you're not addicted. You can stop this when you want to. And I just stopped it.
I mean, there's certain, but I mean, we've all said, there's certain things that it's just such a physical addiction that your body is addicted to those substances that it doesn't matter how hard you try, if it's that bad that you can't get out of it.
That I believe.
You need to go to something like detox, and even that, that'll clear your system. But then after that, there still is the mental addiction there. Like, the physical addiction may be gone, but the mental addiction
But something was
is
in you
still
that
there.
made you feel, you had to feel something for the reason to do it in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, every single person is different. No one is exactly the same in any way. So things affect everyone differently, and some people are addicted to personalities. I know I do. There's a reason, I will never smoke a cigarette, because I know I have an addictive personality. I'm not going to toy with that. I've never done any other drug other than smoke marijuana. No.
No.
But I've never done any other drug other than marijuana, because I know
Oh my God!
that they
I can't
can
do that
they can
shit.
become addictive and everything else, and what can happen from them. I haven't smoked marijuana in 4 years. I just don't do it. but
Marijuana is a lazy drug.
it's just because I know myself, I stop myself before I get to that point. But sometimes if you don't think about it and it just happens, then it's too late. You're already involved. You're already in it. It's too late. You need other people to help. Like, you have to help your friends when you see them in that point to stop them before it gets too far.
I'm addicted to crazy people.
Aren't we all?
I love crazy people.
You know, my approach with friends, and it sounds a little callous on my end, but my prescription for my friends is is if you're addicted to something, fix it, but I can't fix it for you. And I'm really not going to babysit someone who's got a drug addiction either.
Well, I always say, if you're addicted to something, you have to cut everybody out your life, be by yourself, and deal with it. Because when you draw your friends into it, now they feel guilty for what the hell's going on with you. Because one of my friends was all the damn time. I'm like this, you know what? I can't be hanging with you because the minute you get busted, they're going to associate me with you.
Right.
So when you cut that person out, when they feel lonely enough, they'll fix their shit and just be there as a friend to come back and get them.
I mean, they have, like, to break an addiction, you have to want to do it yourself. You can't do it because other people want you to, because then once you, even though, like, you may get rid of that physical addiction, you still want to do it. It's not because you don't want to do it anymore, and you'll go back to it. Like, you can't do it for your friends or anything like that. So even though, like I said, like, look out for your friends and stuff, they don't want to change. They don't want to change. You can't force anyone to do anything. Even if you do, like, when someone gets put into rehab, like, forcibly, they get out and find some way to do it again.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why now I live now by my rule. It's wine, beer, or a little natural stuff. So what?
I was just watching scrape gum from. You have to be kidding me. They really do that at the bar.
oh yeah,
Oh,
we have to do
man.
that, like, every so often
Touch under the table.
because people.
I just did.
Well,
Like
well,
I said,
anyway,
someone sitting there
that's so
eating dinner.
sad. I'll miss you, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
people are stupid.
I really will. He has really good movies out there, and that's
I'll
why
miss you, but I
talent.
still don't know your name.
Yeah, and I guess, and I mean, me and Courtney are talking about, we'll see what happens with the last 2 Hunger Games movies that they're mid-filming that he's supposed to be in.
They'll find a look-alike.
You just say he was in Twister. We forgot that he was in a little
Twister.
cameo in Twister. He was the one. He was the one that got hit in the head, wasn't he? With
He was wearing, like, a
the
baseball-
hubcap.
These
slashed
must
his
be
head.
white movies because I don't know what no damn Twister
You've never seen
is.
Twister?
I saw the game where
okay.
you're folding around people and stuff, but I've never seen it. Is it in Redbox?
No.
Okay, then no.
That was 1991, I think. 1992 was Twister.
That's when I had kids. I couldn't watch television.
Twister was awesome.
That was like one of my favorite movies when I was a kid.
Now you're gonna make me go look it up.
So we got any events coming up this weekend? Anything before we go?
So Friday's my birthday.
What?
Friday's my birthday.
It's her almost
Almost old.
almost old birthday.
Almost old.
Almost old.
I'm the oldest one on this panel. What's almost old? I'm almost the oldest.
And your birthday party's gonna be at
It's
the.
not really a birthday party. I'm just gonna, after I'm done volunteering at the youth center at like 10:30, I'm gonna be over there, baby cakes.
Baby Cakes.
What day?
drinking, maybe by myself, maybe with people, it doesn't matter.
What
Come
day?
join Courtney at Baby Cakes for her birthday on Friday. The
Why don't you pick a day when I don't have to work?
Because that's my birthday.
Well, you can pick a
I'm
Thursday.
gonna go get a tattoo earlier that day too.
oh, good for you.
Where you get your tattoos done at? Can I trust you?
I don't know. This is my second one. And I'm
Who has the
going-
tattoo here?
My husband just got one for his birthday.
I need to find a
On
place.
4th Avenue?
Oh, you. I need to find a place so they can put my
I was
exit
gonna say
only.
hello.
He was on the LGBT Weekly
You have
cover.
a tattoo.
I have 2 tattoos. One that says exit only over the crack of my ass, and one on my shoulder blade.
Oh my gosh, the
with
second
my
slap
kid's
of the
name
night.
on it.
Please.
My kid's name on it. But I need to have the one with my kid's name in it redone because you
Yeah.
can't see it anymore because I'm black. And the colors don't sink into the
Tanned
black
away.
scene.
It's tanned away. Any events coming up, Dustin? Anything for Brass Rail?
I mean, just normal week this week. We got Valentine's Day coming up, and then next month will be Mardi Gras and St. Patty's Day. St. Patty's Day is on Monday, so it'll be a manic Monday. Should be fun.
It's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
Oh, at Leps we have our Valentine's Day. But it's wear your ugly dresses. The dresses that you wore at your weddings. As a bridesmaid.
that's cute.
Oh.
Those kind of dresses.
That's a cute idea.
I should pull mine out of the closet. Give it a whirl.
And your white pants and a top.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I got nothing.
I got that.
I got nothing. Other than a tournament this weekend in Palm Springs with the Master Batters. Got some exciting news when
When
we
you
come back
say that,
from
that's
our
my rag last name, Masters.
Masters Batters. So,
We had to choose Masters because black people were slaves for so long. Master.
well, Master, we'll see you on the next episode when we come back. Till then, thanks for giving us a holler and joining us. See you next time. Night, guys.
Good night. Man.